Atman, namaste everybody. Thank you for joining the session 2 on the journey from debt to freedom, clearing of the debt and prosperity healing. Let's see what comes up today, shall we? Yes, center yourself. Close your eyes, center yourself, and be aware of your beautiful breath. Observe yourself inhaling and exhaling. And be aware of your beautiful heart. Say, I love you to your heart. To my dearest heart. I love you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for always loving me, accepting me, embracing me, just the way I am. Feel your heart responding back. And be aware of the presence of your teacher, your guru, whosoever you follow. Be aware of the beautiful presence in your heart. Be aware of their love for you, how much they love you, guide you, bless you, protect you, watch over you, walk before you. Be grateful to them. Be aware of your love for them. How much do you love them? And how blessed you are to have them in your lives. Let this love get alchemized, radiating out from your heart and exploding as pinkish golden light, filling your entire being, healing your entire being, connecting to all the hearts in this group, all the hearts on this beautiful planet, connecting to the heart of Mother Earth, to the heart of hierarchy, connecting to heart of Solar Power Brahman, and the entire creation, all the hearts in the entire creation. Feel the connection and oneness, the stillness, and the presence of Supreme in anything and everything, and as everything. As we look to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you, thank you, thank you for your priceless blessings. Thank you for your grace and mercy. To the Solar Parabrahman, to all the great beings of love, light, and wisdom, to all the great ones, all the great teachers who walked before us, sacrificed for us, to the ninefold angelic hierarchy, to our solar angel and to our higher self. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your priceless blessings. Thank you for your grace, mercy, and compassion, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, for divine help and protection. Thank you for helping us understand these concepts deeply, to know ourselves deeply, for the inner strength to absorb them and to be aware of them in our day-to-day lives, and to walk under your grace towards becoming our highest self. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the grace and mercy. Thank you. Atman, namaste, everybody. Thank you for joining. Okay. So, what are we going to do today? Just a second, let me change the thing. Yes. Okay, last week we understood about what is debt, and that how it is not created in your wallet, it is created in your consciousness, right? What is debt? Do you guys remember that? Yes. We understood that debt is not only financial, it is emotional, it is energetic debt, time debt, commitment debt, relationship debt, identity debt, happiness debt, and so on, right? And all of these are connected to just one important law, the law of circulation. Everything is energy, we all know that, right? Money is energy, time is energy, love is energy, attention is energy, confidence is energy, peace, respect, support, everything is energy. And when this energy flows, only then your life is balanced. That's why you heal, to remove the blockages, don't you? Right? So it is just about knowing that if my energy is flowing or not. And when it flows is when you give and receive, when you create and you circulate, when you contribute and you replenish. So it is all together. It is all both the yin and yang. If you see the yin and yang sign, it is flowing. But when we are unable to generate or be aware of allowing that energy to flow from within us, we start to borrow it from outside. And that is what debt is, when you borrow from somewhere. Okay. And it is not about money. You borrow confidence for approval. You borrow identity from status, peace from spending, right? A lot of people spend today, oh, I got that piece. It is a limited one, but yet people do it. Security from control, what all we discussed last time, right? Worth from object. If I have a latest iPhone, I'm worthy of certain things. I'm worthy of being with my friends, worthy of being in the society, right? And abundance from the future income. So that borrowed energy is what becomes your debt consciousness. So when we say debt, we are not only talking about money, we are talking about the borrowed energy. And financial debt is only one expression of it. Are you with me? Right? So, and to go deeper into it, you can watch the last recording as well. Yes? So last time we discussed that why do good people fall in debt? Good people fall in debt, right? So that is what it was. Today we're going to understand why do we keep creating debt? Any idea why do we keep creating debt?
Keep borrowing?
Yes. And because most of us, I would say us, because all of us have been there, who are in debt do not consciously want to be in debt. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, let me create more pressure for myself. Let me create more stress for myself. Let me create more burden for myself. Nobody does that. Yet somehow one small choice after another, one unconscious pattern after another, one emotional reaction after another begin to create the debt, and your debt begins to form. And that, like I said, is not usually created by one big decision. It is created by million of small unconscious decisions that we have. A small fear here, a small comparison there, an emotional purchase, avoidance. I'll deal with this later, denial, I deserve this right now. What will people think? All those small talks that we have, small unconscious movements become a pattern, and that pattern becomes the pressure, and that pressure becomes a debt. Right? So, what we're going to talk about before we go into the healing today is we're going to talk about and understand 5 invisible routes through which the debt consciousness quietly and continuously operates within us. And please, again, like we always say, this is the platform for you to be vulnerable. Please do not judge yourself. Please do not blame yourself. Do not shame yourself. The idea is to reflect, to see that, oh, do I have these things? Because once you identify them, only then can you take care of them, right? You see the pattern begins to lose power, right? How many of you have heard about the slit experiment? Okay, not the people on the self-mastery book reading, others. The slit experiment. So what happens in that experiment? I'll share the thing with you also. So it is a scientific experiment. So there are particles who are allowed to pass through 2 slits, one on the left, one on the right. When they're allowed to pass, they move like waves. However, the minute they try to observe that the particles become particles, they're not a wave anymore. Why are we talking about this? When you observe yourself, whatever the pattern is, whether it is behaving like a spiral, a wave, or whatever, the minute you observe it, it loses its power. So half the game is done, right? And what is left is whatever is left. We will deal with it, right? So it is all about being aware, becoming aware. Yes, and that is why you're here. Okay, the first route, there are 5 routes. Okay, when we create debt, we think we are borrowing money, but it is not just borrowing money. We are, like I said, we are borrowing energy, borrowing something that is outside because something inside does not feel stable, does not feel complete, safe, worthy, or peaceful. Right? And what are these 5 roots? Which is the number one? Any idea? We all have it in abundance, unknowingly. Fear. Fear is the first one. Now, where is this fear? this fear comes as what if tomorrow I don't have enough? What if I've not saved enough? What if something goes wrong? What if I am not safe? What if I'm not supported? I don't have support. That fear is active 24/7, and it tries to create safety from outside, right? So in fear, we are borrowing. What are we borrowing? We are borrowing security. So you have to ask yourself, okay? And there's nothing wrong with asking for security. Who doesn't want security? Everybody does. It's a natural human need, right? But the problem begins when we repeatedly borrow security from outside because the consciousness has forgotten to feel secure within. When you don't feel secure within, when you're secure within, you're like, yes, I'll be able to handle the future. Whatever comes, when you're secure within, you know that you're connected to the source and there's no lack, right? Only when you don't feel secure within, you will go out into the what ifs, into the fear, right? Example, how do we borrow security through money? Um, this does not mean that every loan is fear based, right? A home loan taken with the clarity, with planning, with capacity and responsibility is not automatically fear, right? For example, in business, people take loan and there's a strategy behind it, there is a roadmap behind it, and there is a repayment clarity. So that is not fear. But money taken only to calm the panic. I need to have this much with me. I need to borrow. I cannot do it, so I'm taking it without clarity, without responsibility, without plan. That is what becomes the fear-based borrowing. I will give you an example. Say somebody keeps borrowing money because the moment the money is in account, they feel temporarily safe. How many of you feel safe at the beginning of the month, whether you're in business or yes, or whatever, right? When you have money in your account, you're like, do whatever you want. You don't think twice before spending. It is just, if you have it, hai toda do, right? If I have it, let me spend it. I have it, I can spend it. That goes into it. But that again is not planned and it is temporarily safe, right? The inner fear does not go. So after some time, even that money does not feel enough. Okay. More money is needed. The issue is not amount, the issue is the security of being borrowed from money instead of being built in consciousness, right? Today we're going to talk only about the fear. We'll talk about each because otherwise we'll not have time. And then sometimes, how do we borrow security through possessions, buying extra, not from the need, but from the fear? What happened when COVID was there, or when even the LPG thing that happened, people were hoarding, right? Again, you are borrowing out of fear, right? Extra everything, extra supplies, extra backup, extra clothes, gadgets, just in case things. How many of you have the just in case, holding anything and everything just in case, right? We all do. We all do. That is again building up the debt consciousness, debt energy into your system. Your house becomes full, but the heart still feels unsafe. Possessions are being used to calm your insecurity. That's the possession. First was money, that's the possession. And then sometimes we borrow security through people, depending emotionally or financially on one person so much that we feel that if this person goes away, I will collapse. A partner, a parent, a boss, a client, a friend. So instead of building inner security, we borrow stability from another person. Yes, and that creates the emotional debt and relationship debt. Do you understand? When you're making people dependent on you, you're creating a debt consciousness in them, especially your kids. Let your kids be, right? You're forcing them to borrow, right? Then the next one is sometimes we borrow security through control, trying to control anything and everything. Oh, I have to budget. I have to control every rupee. I have to control every outcome. I have to check things again and again, not trusting anybody, not allowing life to flow, to move naturally, not being able to relax even when things are okay. Because control feels like safety, but actually it is a borrowed safety because true safety is internal, right? So fear creates debt consciousness because fear says, I cannot trust life. I cannot trust myself. I cannot trust tomorrow, so I borrow security from somewhere. And slowly and steadily, that borrowed security becomes and shows as financial debt, as emotional debt, as relationship debt, or energetic debt. Are you with me? Do you understand? Any questions? So there are four more roots which we're going to discuss one at a time. Any questions, guys? Oh, I have a lot of chat. I didn't see that. Just a second. Okay, this started in a void. Yes. 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 Taking CCs and ODs, loan amounts taken for running business keeps increasing year on year. Yes, absolutely true. Because again, there is some fear somewhere, fear that if I don't have money, I will not be able to pay my employees. So I need to borrow. Yes. Are you guys with me?
पर राशि एक क्वेश्चन है मेरा कि अगर मतलब एक इसको भी हम फेयर में ही काउंट करेंगे कि अगर हम प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं जैसे आपने अभी बताया कि हम बजट बना रहे हैं प्लान कर रहे हैं तो उसमें फियर नहीं है लेकिन हम प्लान कर रहे हैं तो क्या बैकग्राउंड में फियर चल रहा है क्या क्या चीज काउंट करते हैं
It depends कि आप जब when you're making it, what is the fear, what is the thing behind it? Are you making a budget so that you can control every penny? Then that is fear. If you're making budget to plan better so that you are wiser, so that you know this is my income, out of that these are my spendings, these are my savings, and these are my donations, then that is discernment, that is planning. But again, what is the planning happening from? Are you planning that I have to save every penny because otherwise by the end of the month I am going to be broke? With what intention are you making that budget? That depends.
थैंक यू
Any other question, or shall we go ahead with the healing? Because otherwise, if we talk about all the roots, it'll be another half an hour. So healing. Let's heal only the fear today. Be aware of it. Yes. So close your eyes and let's just reflect. Where am I borrowing out of fear? Right? Whether it is in terms of money, it is in terms of things, it is in terms of people or control. Which of these operate most in my life? Which fear is more active in my life? Which is the pattern which is more dominant in my life? How am I borrowing security? Again, do not judge yourself, just observe. Be grateful for the fact that you can observe, you can see this pattern within yourself. Be grateful for that. As we move towards the healing, to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the great beings, to the Solar Parabrahman, to all the great teachers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your beautiful presence, for your grace, mercy, and compassion, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, for divine help and protection. We humbly ask for this healing to clear the invisible roots of debt consciousness. We ask for any fear to be healed at the energetic, emotional, mental, subconscious, karmic, and ancestral levels. May your love release any borrowed consciousness from within us. And may the inner security be restored within our beings. May this healing benefit us, our families, our homes, our work, our livelihood, and all our financial decisions, and all beings connected with us. Thank you for loving us unconditionally, God, today and always. Thank you for the deep, deep healing that we're about to receive. So be it. As we chant the Om Mani, be aware of your heart. Just chant silently or aloud. Om Mani Padme Hum. Allow the mercy of God to fill your entire being and be grateful. Om Mani Padme Hum. Lord God, thank you for blessing all of us with inner security. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you for all the protection at all levels. Be aware of love in your entire being and send love to everybody in this space. Say, from my heart to your heart, I send you love, forming a beautiful ball of divine light and love. A beautiful pinkish golden ball of light. See yourself within this ball. All the people in this group, the ones who are present and not present, everybody is included. Call your family within this ball, your home, your work, include your workplace, your livelihood, all the people associated, your bank accounts, all your loans, responsibilities, commitments, financial decisions, and all the areas connected to debt and prosperity, all of them associated with you are within this ball. Intent, everything is within this ball. Take a moment more. Now visualize a beautiful golden light above you. This is divine love and divine light. It is gentle, yet powerful and intelligent. And this divine light, golden light, begins to descend into the ball, filling this entire space, the entire ball, aura of all the beings in this ball, filling your aura, your mind, your heart and your body. As this light scans every layer where the dead consciousness has been created through unconscious patterns, as this beautiful light begins to gently remove the fear-based borrowing, the lack-based borrowing, comparison-based borrowing, the unworthiness-based borrowing, the borrowing of the security, through money, borrowing from people, tendency to borrow by hoarding. All of these are being gently transmuted into love, light, and peace. As this light remove all the fears that I say, what if tomorrow is not enough? What if I'm not safe? All the belief systems that say, what if I don't have support? What if I cannot manage? What if I cannot succeed? All of these fears of what ifs are being transmuted by this light. All that we are aware of, all the fears that we are aware of and not aware of are being completely extracted and transmuted by this light into love, peace, and harmony. Because with my dearest God, all is possible. Let the fear of the future be gently lifted from your aura. From all your bodies, from your etheric, astral, emotional, mental body, and your soul aura. Allow the divine light to remove all the lack consciousness. In name of God, so be it. All the lack consciousness is being extracted and transmuted into love, light, peace, and harmony. All the lack consciousness of there is never enough. Be transmuted. All the scarcity, hunger, insufficiency, inner emptiness be gently transmuted into enoughness, into whole, restoring the wise action, the ability to discern. All the need to feel safe be transformed and transmuted into inner safety. As divine love restores the self-worth within your entire being, restoring the healthy boundaries, healthy relationships, restoring peace, restoring patience and inner strength. As this light enter all your entire being, all your chakras, each and every cell in your body, each and every particle in your body, all the debt creating unconscious patterns are being gently removed. Any kind of fear, lack, comparison, shame, pressure, urgency, anxiety, restlessness, emotional heaviness, emptiness, all of it are being extracted. Let go, release it. Let it be released. All of them are being extracted and transformed and transmuted into love, peace, and harmony. All the belief systems of not having enough. I don't have enough. I have to prove myself. I need this now. I cannot wait. I have to look successful. I will handle it later. All these be completely extracted, be released from your system and be dissolved in divine light. So be it. Because with my dearest God, all is possible. In the name of God, in the name of my teachers, so be it, and so it is. As we allow this light to move towards your subconscious, all the old memories of lack, childhood, moments of shame, moments of emotional buying, moments of needing approval, the moments where you felt unsafe, unseen, unsupported, unloved, unheard, will all of them be completely healed. Because with my God, all is possible. As God's love heals your heart deeply, permanently, anchoring in your heart, filling your entire being, healing your entire being. All the weaknesses from the ancestral lineage, the patterns of poverty, comparison, borrowing, the sacrifice, survival fear, survival tendencies, social pressure, scarcity, unworthiness. Let them all be blessed and released. So be it. And so it is, because with my dearest God, all is possible. All the old debts, unhealthy obligations, status attachment, emotional dependencies, pattern of borrowing energy instead of creating it within, all of them be completely extracted and released into the divine light, transmuting into divine light and divine balance, allowing the divine will to enter the systems. As the divine will strengthens the inner creator, restores the ability to pause, to observe, to choose, and to create, and the ability to say, I do not need to borrow this energy anymore, because I can create from within as I'm one with the source. Allow the divine love to fill your entire being, divine light to fill your entire being. Every unclear space is being filled with divine light. Every empty space is filled with divine love. Every weak space is filled with divine will, replacing fear with inner security at all levels. As the fear energy is becoming calmer, feel your heart becoming fuller and your mind becoming clearer. As the security and the inner security awakens within you, you are the abundance. Enoughness awakens within you. You know who you are. Your soul knows who you are. You deserve and you're worthy. So be it. As your entire being is filled with peace, allow this golden light to bless your family, your home, your work, all your decisions, financial decisions, your bank accounts, your livelihood, your responsibilities, and your future generations. As all the unconscious debt creating patterns have been transformed into wisdom, all borrowed security has been transformed into inner trust. As we will, so be it. Be still. Allow your being to be filled with this inner security, with this inner trust and inner knowing, settling into each and every cell and each and every particle of your being. Be grateful. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for your priceless blessings, for your grace, mercy, and compassion. Thank you for loving all of us unconditionally today and always. to the solar Parabrahman, to all the great beings of love, light, and wisdom, to all the great ones, all the great teachers, all the beautiful beings, to the ninthful angelic hierarchy, to our solar angel, to our higher self. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your beautiful presence, for your grace, mercy, and compassion, and for this deep, deep healing. Thank you for all the protection at all levels. And thank you for this opportunity to move from death, from fear, towards freedom. Thank you for blessing all of us with the ability to be aware of what we have learned today and to be able to apply it. As we will, so be it. Be still. Be in the stillness. And if there's anything that you wish to release, release it. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a super, super blessed week. God bless you. Be still and be in the stillness. Thank you.